Hi guys, today I'm going to be looking in at another Spinmaster DC item. This one's going to be one of their figures. This is the Talon from the Court of Owls. Now, I've looked at some of the stuff that Spinmaster has put out before, once on the channel here, which were the little Batman blind boxes. There's a link in the description if you want to check that out. But I've also had some experience with more of their stuff that they started releasing early on in the year. I've got a couple other of the figures in this size, this, I guess, 6-inch size, which I'm really impressed with the other stuff they've done. These figures are a very solid product. They look good for someone who wants to collect, but they're also very sturdy, for example, if you want a kid to play with it. The same can't be said for every 6-inch figure out there. I know Star Wars tends to go for realism over durability, and so you have something like this, which is just so thin, and honestly, probably not the longest lived thing. It's not bad, but it's going to be a little fragile. But these, going for a more comic-y, sturdy look, I think they'll last a little bit longer. Additionally, I know that they've, even just in the short period of time that Spinmaster has been doing DC stuff, they've really managed to improve as they went along. Obviously, the figures didn't change dramatically, but when the first ones came out, which were just a few Batman items, the accessories were sort of these strange, clear-colored. They look really out of place with a character like Batman. But then by the time you get around to some of the ones that came out a little bit later, like Superman, they look a little bit better. Some kryptonite that he can wear as a gauntlet, although I don't know why Superman would want to wear it. Or some heat vision that you can, stick over his eyes. It's an improvement, for sure. But we don't care about those. Those have already been opened. We are in looking at a new one. So, for people unfamiliar with the comics, the Court of Owls is a relatively recent addition to the Batman canon. They've only been around for not quite a decade now. They came out with the New 52 in 2011. Basically, it's a secret society that's running Gotham City from the shadows. Later comics even established that they've got a global presence. And the Talons are their ninja assassins, basically. These are undead warriors that they activate and send out to kill their political enemies. Now, there's a few specific Talons that look distinct and have specialized skills, but this is clearly just one of the generic Talons. As far as I can tell, it's just supposed to be one of the Legion. So, in theory, if a kid wanted to be accurate, they could buy 15 of these and have them all fight Batman. But in addition to that, we can see it also comes with some Batman gadgets. 3 surprise accessories inside. We'll take a look and see if those are good. Since they're doing them in black instead of in the weird semi-see-through colors that Batman came with, I suspect they'll be very good. It also gives, for the playability factor of it, some, quote, missions, where it gives you a different backdrop inside. Like, is the court going to go into the sewer showdown? Are they going to go into rooftop rivals? I don't really care about that part, but the kids that play with this might care a lot. So, without further ado, let's just open this up. Inside the box, you can see we have this one, which coincidentally enough actually is the Batman that I do have, the armored Batman. Maybe it's slightly different, but the art is... No, it's not the Batman I have. There's a different armored one they've released. I take back everything I just said. No, I will not edit this out of the final video. I don't care. They also have the accessories in these boxes, which honestly look sort of like advent calendar boxes where you open them each day going up to Christmas. That's not what we're going to do here. But they've done this with the previous ones before. That's how they always hold those accessories in. We'll take a look at those in a moment. I want to get the Talon out first. He is rubber banded in at the wrists and at the ankles. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. It's a very shiny brown color. It's a dark brown, but it's a brown color they've gone with, which gives a nice look to the fabric that he's wearing. These guys traditionally wear a black, but that's not always going to be easy to do for a toy. Let me zoom in on him some here. But he's got a very nice shiny sheen to him all around. Of course, it's not fully brown. There's good gold accenting here going around his orange eyepieces in his goggles, which seems to be the same color as here. Gold there, and then silver on his wrist gauntlets, which contain blades and little darts that he can shoot out. So that's a very nicely done figure. Considering that this, I think these are like $7 or $8 at Target or at Walmart, this is an extremely good quality. I am just as impressed here as I was with Batman and Superman from previous purchases earlier in the year. I'm not going to care as much about this part, but let's take a look in at the quote. Nope, no specific mission on the pamphlet. It still just lists all of them. So I guess the Street Defender was the one on the inside of the box? I don't know. Anyway, on the inside, it does give some of the other figures that they currently have available. Batman and Robin, of course, have been available since the beginning, although it looks like they've changed some accessories. That Robin's slightly different. Got Bronze Tiger in his classic tiger look. Firefly looks cool. I wouldn't mind picking one up if I happen to see one in the wild. And it shows that these figures can also be available for different missions. Here is the armored Batman I don't have, that I for a moment thought I had but was mistaken. Got a rare Batman and a super rare Nightwing, whatever that means, as well as just a demonstration of how the accessories work on the figures. I knocked Talon over, didn't I? Now we'll look in at the accessories. We'll take a look and see if they work on the first release Batman that I have. So the first one, we have some odd colored daggers for Talon, which look kind of like cookies and cream. Like if you were getting cookies and cream, ice cream, like if they were just a little bit wider, it'd be perfect. So that's unusual. Next one, in the same color, we have an actual owl, which I guess is supposed to look kind of stoneworky, so that makes a little more sense for the owl than it did for the daggers. It looks like, because he's got the gap in his back too, you can mount the owl on his shoulder. So I really like that. That's a cool touch. And finally, we have some silver-colored gauntlets, which are actually extremely cool looking. They are still speckled, but they're clearly metallic, which that's cool. I thought it was going to be Batman gadgets, but it makes more sense that it's claw related. What's the... I'm losing my mind. Talon related, that's the word. Sorry guys, this is not my greatest video, I can already tell. But here we go. Here he is wearing the claws. And here's what he looks like with the daggers, which have obscenely long handles. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave him with the claws. So yeah, there we have Talon. All in all, this one is cool. The others were cool too, so I'm not surprised. Definitely a well worthwhile purchase. If you like collecting or you just want toys for yourself or your kids, whatever, I think this one is another winner. It's nice to see more stuff getting made for the Talons, since the Court of Owls are still comparatively new. There's not a ton of stuff out there for them, the way there might be for Joker or Catwoman. Obviously, there's a good matchup here with Batman and the Talon both looking just very solid like this. I could see anyone having fun with this for a while. Even with a few bizarre accessories, they still are working out the kinks in the accessories, I think. Spinmaster's doing a great job with these figures. Anyway, that's all for today. It was a little bit rambling. I apologize in hindsight. If you did like the video despite all that, please do drop a like on there. Go ahead and subscribe. Check out some of my other stuff. I've got plenty more reviews I've done recently. I do more big, elaborate videos for gaming, for superheroes, that kind of a thing. There's a huge series I do called A Brief-ish History of Assassin's Creed. You can check out all of those on my channel here. I'd love any support you're willing to show my way. Anyway, guys, stay safe out there.